Hey, what's up, Rockers and Hockers? And thanks for tuning in to our skill development session here in the Rock and Hockey Show. And we are on the ice with NHL veteran Steve Gionta. Steve, how are you, man?
Good, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Hey, no problem, man. That was a tough game today.
It was tough. Legs are a little heavy right now, but it was good.
The good news is we broke a 3-game losing streak, so we got one on the board for a win. So, anyway, Steve, when you were on the show in the Rock and Hockey there, we talked about some of your assets and that helped you become not only a great college player but a great NHL player and have a very successful career was your skating ability. One thing that you're special at is just your acceleration. Any tips, pointers, and what makes you skate faster than other skaters?
Well, it's power in the legs, it's quickness in your feet, it's the agility. It's everything down to, and probably one of the most important things that I'm even learning still to this day, is the ability to have your ankles and their flexibility in your skates and how far forward you can get your knees above your feet. And that flexibility in your ankles is now a huge development piece that is focused on in kids to try to build that acceleration and almost lower their center of gravity.
Now you talk about, let's break that down a little bit.
Yep.
You talk about flexibility in your ankles.
Yep.
You're talking about the ability for a player to snap their toe down and use their calf muscle more, or is there something more to that?
It's kind of everything. It's kind of, hey, how can I, especially on the start, okay, how far can I get my knees over my feet, right? Like, it's how far, I have the girls' camp in the summer. A simple way to tell them is push the front of your ankle into your tongue pressure. So you want to put pressure into your tongue. It's naturally going to lower your center of gravity and your knees are going to bend.
Right.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Go ahead and do that again. Now not only is your quad muscle there is completely contracted so you can explode off of it, but also by that lean, you're getting the weight on the front of your skate here, which is going to allow you to spring off your feet more, and it gives you more forward momentum.
Yeah, puts you on your toes, and that's how you want to play. You always want to play on your toes, not your heels. That's true in a start-stop situation, a face-off situation, PK, power play, whatever you want that situation. And there's numerous ways to kind of build that all the way come down to tying your skates and how you time it.
There you have it. Tying your skates, very important. I talk about that all the time with tying your skates. I'm not sure I've referred to it as having more balance on the front of your feet, but I talk about that all the time about having your first step not only be your best step, but it's got to be in the right direction. And most of the time that you're leaning, even if you're going to go lateral, all right, you want to make sure that you're leaning in that direction. Where lots of times players, especially when they want to cross over, they'll go like this, and all their weight comes back and they're on their heels now, and they're losing not only their balance but their momentum.
Losing the power, they're losing everything. It's that lower center of gravity, the ability to change sides because it is a reactive game. You got to be able to go each way.
Now you talk about all your years of playing, and what are some other pointers that you can give for a great quick start?
Quick start, and there's kind of two starts that I look at. One is the traditional V and a crossover, and depending on the situation, right? Your crossover start is more throughout the play, and a back check to transition to forwards, or hey, we turn over the puck, I'm stopping, crossing over, getting the other way. Where the V start is more in a controlled situation where you're starting off the face-off, right? Where you're trying to get off that line quicker than the person next to you. Right? With the V start, obviously we talk about that ankle flexion over with your knees getting over your feet. And you want your momentum on your toes, and when you go, you're trying to get 3 quick steps before your full speed. Like that's the thing. You're taking more than 3 steps to get the full speed. It's hard to get that momentum going and beat those guys off the line, right? Especially the higher up you go. So getting into that full speed as quickly as you can, and it's 3 quick steps into your full stride.
Awesome. Now, here's a big thing that I teach all the time is being ready to take that first step.
Yes.
Because lots of times when I teach these, players always have to get ready. All right, and if by the time you get ready, you've already missed the play.
Yes.
So in a game, being in a ready position, anticipating, thinking ahead, already makes you a quicker player.
Yes, you got to be game ready. Like as soon as you get in that face-off, you want possession of the puck. Like that's the fun part is playing offense. Part of that is winning your quote-unquote race or battle off the line, and you got to be ready compared to your opponent.
And most foot races are going to be small areas.
Yes.
It's going to be 5 feet, 10 feet, maybe 15 feet. You know, everybody that plays at a high level, not that you have to play at a high level, but you know, the full ice race or the blue line or whatever, you know, most players are pretty fast, and over the course of 100 feet or 50 feet, it's going to be pretty close to an even race. But in that first 5 feet, 10 feet, 50 feet is when battles are won.
Absolutely, that is when it's won.
Awesome. Well, how about we do a couple examples of each, and then we'll go from there.
Sounds good. Here's your traditional V start, which you're going to use mainly off face-offs, just because you're in that controlled setting, and you can get ready for it before the face-off's taken. So you're on your toes, you got your momentum leaning forward, and it's 3 quick steps. My goal without a stick here is I want my 3 steps before I get to my stick, where my full stride is being taken after that. So I'm in that step, and it's 1, 2, 3. And with that quick step, all those strides are on my toe, right? They're on the front half of my blade, but when I get past that stick, I'm now starting to get my full blade on the ice. So I'm in that V start, and you got to be able to go both ways, right and left. So it's here, 1, 2, 3. On the ice would be in the crease area moving the net. Because then by the time you get to the top of the crease, you have the blue paint. You have someone marking your strides with an ice marker so that you can work on it. You can see where your strides are and how choppy and how long they become. So I'm on my toes, usually one hand, 1, 2, 3, and
every day, cause you know I would. I'd like to sock it to him, brother, cause you know I could. I said rock, sock, bam, rock, sock, woo!
Crossover start, which you will use more in a game situation. That's in a back check if the puck transition the other way. It might be the stops and starts on a penalty kill. You know, it's more game reactive, but you still need it. Where you're ready, knees are bent. We talk about that ankle flexibility. As you can see here, my knees are above my toes. Like I can get forward by putting that tongue pressure from my ankle and my tongue. Naturally, it lowers me down. When we're going into the crossover start, you're still leaning the way you want to go. And all the weight's on my inside leg, crossing over. Nothing changes with that crossover start in the sense that you still get those 3 quick steps out of there. It's just more of a transition start and stop situation. Now going the other way, I got my ankle flexibility here. I'm leaning on my left leg, and my 3 quick steps, and I'm out.